You're listening to Passed Out, the podcast where history, mystery, the occult, and the cosmos collide. This week we're talking about the Grammys and the season finale of Fallout. Stay curious and welcome to Passed Out. Welcome to Passed Out. I'm Josh.
Hi, I'm Raj.
How you doing this week, buddy?
Good, tired.
Yeah, dude, it's been a long week.
Some things I wanted to talk about, like the Grammys happened a while ago now by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl will be over.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout has ended for a while.
Yes, it has. There's been some crazy political shit this week with the Epstein files. So yeah, dude, there's shit all over the place right now.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna ask for my prediction about the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I'm curious what your prediction is for the Super Bowl.
Well, the winner will be. The game will take place by the time this is out, but I know it'll be a team I hate. These are two of the top three teams I hate in the NFL, the other being the 49ers. I think, honestly, I don't think Patriots have enough to take Seattle. We've seen crazier things happen in the Super Bowl where like the Giants beat the Patriots when they had no business, the Patriots beating the Rams when they had no business the first time.
Yeah.
But Seattle's defense is a little better than New England's. New England hasn't faced a team as strong as Seattle, nothing even close.
Yeah.
So I think Seattle takes this, but not by a big margin. I think it'll be like a 7-point game.
Yeah, I'm kind of like with you 100%. I was leaning on Seattle by like a small margin, maybe like a 1-point game.
Wow, that'll be exciting.
Not like a 1 point, but like
a one score. Okay,
yeah, just like a one score. It's hard to have one more point than the other team because everything's at 3, 6, or 7s.
Oh, you said 6, 7.
6 and 7.
Good for the algorithm.
We're cooler than you guys think.
We're old. We're so old.
You got any other Super Bowl predictions or anything you want to talk about there before we move on?
I think the MVP will be JSN.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Even though it usually goes to the quarterback, kind of like how the MVP does. Shout out to Matthew Stafford, excuse me. I know he doesn't like being called Matt. And he's going to be on the Rams for another season. That's exciting. And then the halftime show is going to suck like always, like how it has been for last year. I didn't really like Kendrick last year. I thought it was like, he's not a Super Bowl type show.
Yeah, I really liked the Dr. Dre one, but like I'm just like a huge Dr. Dre fan, dude, and like they had Anderson .Paak on the drums and Eminem, and I was like, this is like all my favorite West Coast people. The other one that really sticks out to me from the recent years, dude, like I feel like Rihanna fucking killed it. Like I feel like she really crushed that. Like I feel like that was just like her domain. Like she's like meant for that type of performance.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see what Bad Bunny does. I thought he hosted SNL recently, and I thought he was like really fucking funny. So, we'll see how he does on the Super Bowl. I'm definitely gonna watch that version of the Super Bowl halftime show.
You're not gonna watch Kid Rock and a bunch of country artists you never heard of?
Absolutely not. No.
I think I might tune into that so I can recap.
Are they doing that on Fox? Like, do you just have to switch channels from the Super Bowl over to Fox if you want to watch the?
I don't think so. I think they're doing it on like the Turning Point USA YouTube channel.
But not even so they don't even get like a fucking broadcast channel. So like
they don't, but they could get a lot of viewers, dude. I would not be surprised if
they
it pushes
probably
like 1 million.
Dude, they probably will. They probably will.
And this might
But
be a thing in the future where other channels, they're like, okay, you don't want Joe Schmo or Joanna Schmo to perform at the halftime show. Let's
yeah,
put out
change the
some
channel
rock
for the
bands.
halftime show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just
This could as much
maybe
as
even
I
try.
hate Turning Point, this could be new territory for halftime shows going forward. I feel like I think you're right. I think other fucking groups will probably take the lead, and take their, just kind of take their lead and be like, "Oh yeah, let's fucking try this too."
Yeah.
So, next
It's
year we might have 4 different halftime shows that people are fighting over.
hey, let's perform. You and I should perform next year's Super
just
Bowl
just join
halftime
the
show.
best out. Just join our live. Just join us on YouTube live during the fucking
I'm down. I'll fly out to Dallas and we'll jam. We have a set.
studio performance.
We have about, you know, easily have 20, 30 minutes we can play.
Yeah, if you put all of our albums together, we probably have about 2 hours of music, honestly, if we put
Yeah.
everything together. But like some of those songs aren't easy to play live, but the ones that we could hash together to play live, I feel like we probably have 10 songs pretty easily put
We'd
together
have to
that we
do a
could throw to.
medley, like about like a
I
minute
could,
of
yeah,
each
dude.
song, you know?
I have some like medley ideas with with a lot of our songs already, because I tend to write things in like one of those same keys a lot. So a lot of
Yes.
songs are like, like Love Knife and Channel 6 News tend to be the same, that might be the same scale as Circa Serenity and fucking Modern Architecture. Everything kind of tends to be in that same area for me. My voice sounds good there. Like I feel like I've kind of landed on like which key my voice sounds really good in. So I tend to play in that key a lot.
I'm gonna do
I
a
also like
shameless
open.
plug really quick and say that we're on
Yeah,
Spotify and Apple Music as Stealing Fire and Casual Thieves. Go check it out
yeah. Check us out.
for next year's Super Bowl show in
Next year's
Atlanta. Oh, no, LA, I think.
Yeah. Well, check this out. During next year's Super Bowl show, guess what will have turned 10 years old
Oh
2
no,
weeks
don't
before
even
that.
say that.
What?
The Casual Thieves album,
Uh-huh.
or is that
Casual,
even
yeah.
older? Oh my
No,
god.
Casual Thieves came out January, like I think January 15th of 2017. So I think on that, so yeah, like we're a year away from the 10-year anniversary of Blood in the Water. I
I don't
think
like that.
we might have a special vinyl pressing of that on our website for the 10-year anniversary.
Ooh, I'm gonna get that.
I've been maybe looking into some options for that. So,
Good idea. I would love
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That red, like having that
Mhm.
red
Uh-huh. Yeah.
on there,
Um
that'd be cool.
mhm. Yep. So, keep
Okay.
tuned. Stealingfire.net, guys. Stealingfire.net. Hey. Can
Well,
I
yeah.
before we jump forward, can I just while this is fresh on my brain because I saw it this morning, I want to talk to you about something. Um uh, they they released the official synopsis for the Backrooms movie. Have you seen this yet?
I've seen what is it, Kyle Pixels? Who's behind the movie?
A24.
A24.
A24. But
What other shit have they done? Because I know that there was a guy who,
A24 does like everything. A24 is like one of the biggest like independent movie companies out there. They did Midsummer, they did fucking pretty sure Hereditary's A24. They did The Witch. They
because I
do.
there's a guy named Kane Pixels who kind of created the genre in a way of like the film adaptation of Backrooms. Uh,
Okay.
uh, he did a great job. I don't know if you've ever seen any of them, but it's so creepy and for like
Are you
some
talking about, wait, did you say Kane Parsons?
Kane Pixels.
Okay. Well, Kane Parsons is the guy who's doing the movie.
Oh, okay,
for the
wait. Okay,
Backrooms.
his name is Kane Parsons. On YouTube, he's Kane Pixels. Okay, I'm glad he has something to do
Okay,
with it
yeah,
because
so
that gives
his
me a lot of hope
yeah, no,
with it.
I think he might be directing.
Perfect. That's
So,
beautiful.
but
That's great news.
here's this okay, so here's the synopsis from Kane Parsons, Backrooms. So it follows a psychologist who is forced to confront a terrifying, unexplained realm after one of her patients vanishes into a mysterious alternate dimension. I fucking do too. When I read the synopsis last night, I had chills down my back and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And dude, and I don't know a lot about the cast, but
It doesn't matter, honestly. You could put fucking Jared Leto as the guy falling in
it's
the
got I'm gonna butcher this dude's name so bad, but it's got Chiwetel Ejiofor in it, and he's from the Doctor Strange movies. He's Mordo in
Okay.
the Doctor Strange
Yeah.
movies. So I think I like him. So I
So you got established people playing in this
yeah,
movie.
dude, you got A24, which is a pretty good independent studio. Like they're probably cranking out like the best quality for independent movies of the last 10 years. I feel like they've kind of taken over the independent movie industry. And then yeah, you just have some like good cast attached to it, and somebody who's very close to the creation of this. So I feel like it's in good hands. I feel like this is actually going to be a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I mean, good for Kyle Parsons because or Kane Parsons, because I know he was holding this close to his heart and he didn't want just anybody to recreate the backroom stuff, even though it's nothing that he created himself as far as the lore goes. But I think he did some clever, um, I don't even know what you would call it, but just like clever moves to make sure that um, anything that he filmed on his YouTube channel couldn't be copied by just anybody. You'd have to kind of get permission from him. I don't know how he did that, but this is this is great news. Like I, that's another movie you could add it to the docket of movies that I'm excited to see. Do you have a like a release date when they expect it out?
I do not have a release date on this. I feel like movies like that don't take I feel like horror movies film and get edited faster than like these big budget movies to like some of the stuff that me and you were looking at where it's like, "Oh yeah, like the Batman 2, like, 2027 release date right now." Because of how long it takes to make those movies, but I kind of feel like you could see the Backrooms either early 2027 or end of this year. It'd be cool if they had it, ready in October for like the fucking Halloween, scary cycle this year of the movie releases.
Yeah, I would love
But
that.
but if you the pattern that I see with scary movies is it's either they release in September, October, where you're leading up to the kind of spooky, and then they take a break basically for like November, December, and then in January, I feel like a lot of scary movies try to like take hold of the
Late
theatrical market.
January, and I think that's because
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, maybe? It's like
Just like
it's
a
a
good
good
yeah, just
date
like a good
movie.
date movie, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, let me take this girl into the theater, she's gonna get scared, she's gonna squeeze my hand." Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
I feel that, that makes a lot of sense. I always
Mhm.
thought it was because like, there's not a whole lot of big budget movies that come out in January,
That
so,
could
like,
be
it's
the
a good
case
place
too.
for, like, these studios to kinda put their lower budget horror movies, where they could actually make their money back, in a small theatrical window.
Yeah, that's really wow, I didn't know that. That's right up my alley, of course. I really hope they go into, like, that that mall world, the empty mall. I don't know how much of his stuff you've seen before,
Mhm.
but he has a few films, like short films where it's, of course, the back rooms, but then you take an elevator, somehow end up in a mall, abandoned mall, or like those pool rooms. And he really knows how to set a vibe. Like he's great. I recommend anybody who hasn't seen Kane Pixels stuff on YouTube to go check it
Yeah.
out because it's very unique.
Uh, um real quick, are there any other movie scenes or anything in like scary movies that kind of remind you of the Backrooms a little bit? Like anybody that you feel like has taken a little bit of inspiration from that kind of trippy, kind of world? Um,
Not as far as movies go yet
yeah,
that I've noticed. Maybe some movies do a good job of doing like a liminal type of environment, which it's
yeah,
kind of close to I mean, Backrooms is as
hmm
liminal as you could get. But I've seen some like a lot of music, and these would be independent artists, smaller artists. Um, like their music videos have that kind of retro '90s look to it,
yeah,
and there's one band, the 100. There's a band that used to be like a total metal band, hardcore, and they're more like a indie kind of. I don't even know, like kind of new
I
wave
think
psychedelic.
yeah, it's kind of like
I think I've sent you
indie-ish.
some of their
And
stuff.
yeah,
The
dude,
Cauterize.
yes, dude, that shit is so good. That's a
But
great
their
song.
newest album, I can't believe that Rare was 2 albums ago now, but their newest album, the first video that they had was like a very pool rooms kind of theme to it. So, and there's a few other artists I see when I'm scrolling on Instagram where it's like, "Oh, this looks very Backrooms-ish."
Yeah.
But it's not even close to being overdone yet. I think that's an
Mhm.
aesthetic that will take off, especially after this movie.
Yeah, I think so too. There's some found footage stuff that kind of reminds me of like Backrooms, just the kind of like, but I think it's just like the low quality of the film shots and like the fact that like a lot of found footage, they're searching through abandoned buildings and they're like going into like abandoned hospitals and like mental asylums that have been closed down for 30 years, so like
Yeah, it's a
it's
good
like these
point.
kind of, yeah, so like I think that's what kind of makes me feel like that when I'm watching like found footage movies or like other scary movies. um there's a scene in stories to tell in the dark, that kind of reminds me of us, the Backrooms. There's a hospital scene in there that kind of is like a little trippy, kind of like the Backrooms, but not quite because they're like chasing like one of the main, kind of characters from that book in there. But yeah,
Kane Pixels, that's how he does his films, at least the ones I've seen on his YouTube channel. It's found footage style.
found
It's
footage.
like
Yeah,
someone will just be skateboarding with their friends and they'll do a weird fall and then they'll end up in the
Backrooms.
back
Yeah,
rooms. Yeah, it's
I'm
pretty cool.
assuming it's found footage is probably the cheapest way to film, right? Like you don't need a high quality camera, you don't need a whole lot of stuff. Like I feel like there's people making found footage films on their iPhones now.
That, and it takes the narrative of you're there with the person and it's like that loneliness that you experience in a place like
Yeah.
the back rooms. Because I really hope it's just that one actor who's in it, or if
Hmm.
everybody else should be people trying to like monsters trying to attack him, or like people in the
Yeah.
very beginning that he's interacting with. But once he gets to the back rooms, it should be him and only him.
Yeah, dude, the one picture that they have on on whatever I was just looking at is so wide. Like it's like a robot kind of
Oh yeah, I
man,
know
but
exactly
like
what you're
he's
talking
like
about. It's a skinny, like
his like
Slender Man
the
robot.
yeah, dude, but like the cords like make his like the cords from his head are like making his like limbs. It's trippy looking.
Yeah, it's
So,
really
yeah,
cool.
that's the image that I see now when I'm, like, thinking of the Backrooms. I'm like, "Oh, this trippy fucking, like, you know, kinda looks like something I'd kill on Star Wars."
Kind of looks like an at, but like way more uh
Yeah, it kinda looks like the droids that, like,
dexterity.
you yeah, kinda there's, like, kinda bulky looking weird droids in, like, Jedi Survivor that kinda look like that, you
Wasn't
know?
there one in Rogue One?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
K2s, yeah, which those are all over Andor as well, but yeah. Those are also dude, and those are in Jedi Survivor, and those are a bitch to take down. Those things fuck you up.
Yeah.
So
Cool, man. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm pretty excited about it.
yeah, me too. I think it's gonna be fun. You want to talk about the season finale of Fallout?
Yes. A little less action packed than I thought it was going to be, but they did a generally good job of um, tying the story together. You finally see Maximus, Lucy reunite, but that's well after so many things happen.
Mhm.
Well, I guess we'll start with Maximus. He fucks up the death clause. I find it funny that when he takes his mask off, the guy's like, "Oh, he's just a kid. Isn't the actor like my age?"
I think so.
You know, I found that a little weird. He does look like I was kind of surprised he was my age though.
He's got a young face.
Yeah. Um, and I'm glad he got to reunite with Lucy because she needed it after everything that happened to her.
Yeah, I think the her and her dad's story kind of at the end was like the only thing that I was kind of I think it was the only thing I was really running into that I was just like kind of had a problem with for some reason. Like
What
they're
was the
just
problem
like
with it?
I don't know, it just didn't something feels off to me. And
I
maybe
think
that's
it's
how it's
Hank
supposed to
himself.
feel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
like
it's that. Do you think he pushed the button? I don't think he pushed the button. When
himself
yeah,
when he kind of went in, I think he did.
really?
Yeah, but like I'm also just curious like what did he do? Like what is everybody else programmed to do, you know? Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just there was something about that like, I was think I was running into issues in the last episode with Lucy and Hank too cuz like I just like I felt like after everything, I know it's probably harder to kill your dad than it should, you know, than I'm like making it out to be, but like I kind of feel like she should have killed him.
I
But
could see why she couldn't because that's her dad.
I could see it too. I just like I don't know, man. It just like
She should have arrested him like she
yeah, like I
initially wanted to.
yeah, you know, but like I guess he's a fucking manipulator though, dude, and he was
He is, and
starting to
that's
like
why I
get
think he
to
didn't
her,
push the
dude, and like
button.
that's yeah. So I
He's
don't know.
very good. Like that's the irony of what like he's trying to accomplish. He's he's not even manipulating those people with the chip in the back. He
Yeah,
he's able to manipulate people with words, and he's very good at that. And I think there's some sort of connection we don't know yet. Obviously, we know that Hank and Stephanie were very close
ma-
and get like married at one
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Um, but when she puts out the call for phase two, does that get to Hank? And is that when he presses like what's going on there?
I'm not sure. I got the vibe that like uh, all these people, you know, like all these different radio signals call into, you know, the enclave, but like it didn't really seem like anybody was answering any of them. Like Hank was talking to the enclave like just nonstop in like that one episode where he was trying to figure out the when he was trying to figure out the chip and he was like doing his like little journal where he was like talking to enclave, you know, and then you see like, you know, Norm talked into it looking for his dad, you know, trying to call the enclave, you know, like he doesn't know where that's going, but like you know, you heard it at the enclave and like you start at the end like you hear like all these voices like radioing into the enclave and I'm just like, you know, is the enclave answering any of these, are they just listening to everything, like what is their end game, and what is, you know, and I guess what is phase two now, so like I guess they set you up for a nice season three and now you have, and I'm assuming that the enclave's in Colorado because that's now where the ghoul and dog meat were headed to after they found that
I don't think
postcard.
that has anything to do with the enclave. The enclave is basically based out of uh, if I'm not mistaken, like Washington D.C., the Commonwealth area.
Really? Like,
Yeah. The
I
ghoul
coulda
is
seen that.
going to Colorado because that's where his wife is, and the Colorado Junction, there was a DLC in Fallout called the Lonesome Road where the courier heads to Colorado Junction after doing his experience in New Vegas. Will we see more hints of the courier as the ghoul heads to Colorado? We've never really seen much of Colorado other than the junction, and that's like a little small part
Yeah,
um, in Fallout video games. So now they're going to head to territory, at least the ghoul is, where we haven't really seen with games. So they have a little bit more creative freedom with that.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know if this cast is going to stay, the rest of the cast is going to stay in the New Vegas area next season? Like, is it?
Probably not. Like, I would assume that you have to keep all of them going east. Like, if you have some of them headed east, you gotta keep it moving, right? Like,
I mean,
where do they
Norm is still going to be in California,
Yeah.
so these people are
Yeah,
going
but
to be a lot more spread out.
he was running off with that girl, like, where are they headed? Like, do they end up in New Vegas next season and, like, kind of witness the aftermath and get captured by the
Yeah.
fucking Legion?
Oh,
Um,
dude. Yeah. You know what? There's going to be. I don't think this is the last of Vegas that we'll see in it.
no, I think that, that was actually that may have been my favorite joke in the last episode was Kaisar's Palace. Okay, fucking perfect.
Yeah. Kaiser's Palace, dude.
Yeah,
And
and
what
as
I
somebody
liked,
who grew up in as people who grew up in Vegas, dude, like I fucking love Caesar's Palace. That might be my favorite casino on the strip.
it's up there. It's
Yeah,
up
dude.
there. I'm a sucker for Excalibur with that arcade at the bottom floor, a huge ass arcade.
Yeah, dude, that is a big ass
I
arcade.
hope it's still there, dude. That was like one of my, even as an adult, there would be times where I'd park at Tropicana. God rest its soul. I miss the Tropicana
Hmm.
so much,
Me too.
especially the old Tropicana when they had the cabanas in the back.
Oh yeah, dude. That was the Tropicana was like the only real DJ job I've ever had because I was the daytime fucking DJ at Nikki Beach for a while, and that was the best. That may have been the best paying job I've ever had, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I just hang out
Nikki
by the
Beach, I
beach.
forgot about that. But
Yeah, dude.
Tropicana, it was great. Even till its later stages because you could find parking in the back for free. You
Hmm.
didn't need like a room there or anything. So
Yeah.
you'd park at the Tropicana, walk to the Excalibur, what we call the four corners of Las Vegas, probably the best area of the strip to this day, maybe. But it's like
Maybe.
where New York, MGM, Excalibur, and
Hmm.
Tropicana. I know you
Yeah.
know this. I'm just explaining it for the
Yeah.
people who might
I would
not be
always park
familiar.
at I would always park at New York, New York. New York, New York. I liked their parking garage and it was pretty easy to maneuver to all the other places from there across the bridges.
Yeah, but you'd have to pay for it.
Not back in the day.
Oh yeah, before paid even yeah, that's true. But
They didn't even dude, the pay hadn't even I think the pay was going into effect for parking garages when I was like leaving Vegas. Like I think that like everything was free pretty much still when I left.
was it that
At the end of
recent?
uh-huh, it was that recent, bro. It was like 2018 that went into effect and I left in 2017. You did not have to
No,
pay for
it
parking at
I think
any
it
of the
was,
Vegas casinos when we were younger, dude.
yeah, when we were younger, I think like the time we started going like to Texas, that's what kind of when it started.
Maybe, yeah, and maybe some of them
Because like
did, but like
Venetian was the last place, and I don't even know if Venetian you have to pay any like to this day. Venetian and maybe Wynn were like the
yeah,
only places uh where you don't have to pay. But like Caesars and MGM Group, they had it for a while. I could be tripping, but especially when you tell me that Casualties was 10 years ago, that you know, might be a lot longer than we think with the pay to park,
yeah.
which is a
And
shame. It's a shame.
it is a shame. It is a
Nickel and
shame. I
diming,
feel
dude.
like, yeah, dude, and I feel like you're discouraging locals from coming to the Strip.
Yeah.
Like, you're losing out on money. Like, give locals, if you're gonna pay for parking, at least give locals fucking free parking or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
be able to
Nevada
scan your ID
ID.
yeah, like, be able to scan your ID at the little machine to just get in for free parking or some shit like that.
I think some places did that.
I think so too, but I've also seen that some places were starting to roll back on that shit now, dude. I just they they don't let the good things last very long
No.
before they start trying to nickel and dime it again.
Well, there's so many crackheads too, just exploiting that.
I know.
But get better security. You have all these fucking cameras. Why not utilize them and make it to where everything goes smooth? I don't get it.
I don't either, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not trying to just AI their security at this point either. Fucking, it's only a matter of time before we have battle droids standing at the edge of casinos, right?
Well, you'll have the Securitrons like in New Vegas.
Yeah. Well, fucking,
Well,
that's where
we
the
see
world's
where
headed.
that ends up.
Yeah, we do.
Next season, I think Enclave will be the main villain
I
of the
agree.
show. Um, I don't with the ghoul. I think the ghoul is going to be the only one going to Colorado, and then we might get more info on Washington. Washington might be like a season 4 thing, or
Yeah. You think
wherever
they
the next game takes place. We'll see much more of that in season 4.
I was questioning if they eventually go to Appalachia because isn't that where 76 takes place?
It does. I just with that being a continuous game
Mhm.
that's still getting support to this day, I don't know if they'd wanna change anything up, but this does take
I
well
don't know if
after
they'd wanna.
76.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if, like, they wanna, like, try and tie into where their current game platform is, you know?
You
My
could.
understanding is that all of the Fallout games and the show all kind of take place in the same world, and you're just experiencing different times and different stories.
Fallout 76 takes place before any other game, though,
So
because
it's
it's,
like the
like, right
earliest.
after the bombs drop pretty much, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
So is it like 2076 then?
Yes. Or it might be, like, 2276.
Okay.
76, 22. I might be off on everything. When does Fallout 26 take place? Oh, 2102, 25 years after the Great War. It's named after Vault 76. I'm an idiot. So I was wrong on all accounts.
I thought it was a year too, bro. I don't.
But the Great War does take place 2076.
Okay. All right.
Most of the people coming out of the vaults in the other games, if I'm not mistaken, it's well after 2102. Let's confirm that. When does Fallout 3 take place? Yeah, 2277 for Fallout 3, 200 years after the nuclear conflict.
Hmm.
And then Fallout 4, I think might be even further than that. Yeah, 210 years later. And then New Vegas, 2281, 204 years. So they've been going in sequential order up until 76, and the show takes place 15 years after New Vegas, which is going to be about 2296. Wow.
Wow.
It's almost like 300 years from now.
I know it's crazy that like some things are kind of the same.
Nuclear war will do that to you. It'd be like a great reset.
Yeah. I don't feel like they're flashbacks, because if they're 200 years, so if they've been if the show makes it seem like it's been 200 years since the bombs went off, right?
Yeah.
So like, but like they're two. So if they're in like 2290s right now, right? That would put them at like 2096 basically, or like like the
No.
2090s when
Yeah,
like
yeah, but with Fallout
when
or
you're watching, so like when Coop's like at the birthday party and like the bombs go up there in like the 2090s, like it just doesn't seem like
it's
doesn't seem like we've advanced that much in the next
2077 is the
70 years.
apocalypse. So it
Okay.
takes place 20, yeah, but it's a fictional world, so it's like
Yeah.
it's just the aesthetic of that time because
Mm.
obviously we didn't have robots making us um, like iguana bits and or whatever they had in the Fallout world, whatever food they had. It's like a alternate world
Yeah. We
that
very well could by 2077.
fortunately well before
Yeah.
that, I think.
We'll probably still be alive.
I'll be 90. I don't know.
Yeah, I will also be like about 90, but I feel like life expectancy is getting better, and as long as we take care of ourselves,
See,
we
it's
will
50 years
see.
from now, 51 years.
I've
Ugh.
already had one event try and take me out, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
Cool little existential crisis here.
Yep.
Welcome to Passed Out.
Are you ready? Do you want to feel sad? You got anything else on Fallout before we move on?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Last thing we should touch on is let's talk about the Grammys a little bit. I don't really want to go through and talk about everybody who won. You can look up a fucking list, but let's just talk about anything that like you really thought was interesting or that you saw that you wanted to talk about.
Man, Chappelle Roan's dress. And by the way, Chappelle Roan looks like Lois Griffin. Add her to the list of ladies who look like Lois Griffin. I use another term usually, but I'll be
Yeah.
respectful. I'm going to make a list here pretty soon. We're going to go over everybody like every celebrity that looks like Lois Griffin, because it's a long list, very long list. Like Kathy
Yeah.
Griffin's on there. But what was she wearing, dude? Like she had some pasty that attached to some band that made it seem like she had nipple
She had
piercings.
nipple piercings, yeah. But like you can't see her nipples, so and that's what was tripping me out. I was like, do they have that like tucked into her boob? Like I was just like, what the hell is going on?
I know.
I was really confused by it, but
And you kind
it
of
was
had to
hot.
look to see what was going on. Really? You thought so?
I thought so, yeah.
I mean, I don't have a face to look at myself, but uh, I guess if you want to not have people look at your face, you would do that. So
Yeah,
people like
yeah,
me, maybe I should try that.
yeah. I don't know. Her
It's a ballsy choice.
it is the ballsy choice. I just it kind of just reminded me of something that I'd see in like it's like maybe not the nipple fucking, rings creating your dress, but like like the back flow and just kind of like the red and stuff like that. It kind of just reminded me of like a felt like she was going for like a high fantasy kind of elf princess kind of vibe.
She looked more like Xerxes.
I
For
could
him.
see that. I could see that. Yeah.
Leonidas.
But my fat ass ain't one to really fucking judge anybody else's looks.
Dude, let's judge away. Who cares? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If we had all that money, we wouldn't be wearing those stupid things. Fuck them.
Yeah, probably not. Dude, honestly, I'd probably dress like fucking I know how I dress if I was rich.
Turnstile, they kind of just wear
Yeah.
casual clothes. Yeah,
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah, I could see
Uh,
that.
they were big winners. I mean, they won two
They
2
did win 2
awards.
Grammys. Yeah, they did win 2 Grammys, which
Some
I feel
people
like
were
is
some people were surprised by that.
who were they up against? That's what I'm really like, that's what I can't remember who they were up against.
I know they're against Deftones.
Is that what people are mad about?
I think so.
Because like, it's I didn't get it at first because I think, like I was telling you over text the other day, like, I had only really listened to Birds, and I was like, "This is just kind of a heavy, hardcore song, just a little bit much for me," and I just kind of assumed that a lot of their music probably sounded like that, but man, when you go through that album, dude, there's, like, new wave and indie rock, and, like, they are just, like they're kind of doing what like, probably what we're kind of doing, just better, like, where I'm just like, we play guitar and sing, and, like, our vocals are our vocals, and our guitars are our guitars in the center of everything, and then I'm playing with the production around that stuff and just, like, really mixing different genres, and I felt like that's what they were doing. Like, I feel like if you're a band at this point, you can really play any genre with those instruments,
Yeah,
and I
they
feel like
do a
they're really
fantastic job of it.
they do a fantastic job. That's a great record. I've listened to it a lot now this week. That's been, like, my vibe this whole week is that Turnstile record.
I wonder
It's
if it
very
gets
good.
them a
It's very good.
boost to hit the next level. I mean, they've really have hit the next level with the last
Yeah, I
couple of
think so
albums,
too. Yeah.
but
Dude, I don't know if I feel like your top rock band will never be as big as your top pop star. Like, like, they're just not ever really going to reach the heights that Taylor Swift and Chapel Roan are
no,
hitting.
that'll never happen. I mean, it's pop for a reason. It's
Yeah, exactly. But, like, I feel like, they're you got best rock album of the year, you're at the fucking top of the rock world right now. Like, you should be, but, like, rock's full of fucking haters, bro. So, like, it's hard to,
a
you gotta
lot of
sift through a lot of
gatekeeping.
yeah, a lot of gatekeeping. So, it's hard to really, tell sometimes what the true opinion is because, you have more shit like noise is louder than anything else, right?
Right.
So, the
And the
negative,
internet is in a real place.
yeah. So, hard to really tell.
Any other winners stick out or anything else that you saw at the Grammys that kind of stood out to you?
Um, Not really. Like, I enjoy I think my favorite thing about the Grammys is there's always the best new artist category is because I always tend to be, like, really on that shit. Like, I really listen to, like, a lot of those artists, and, like, I thought and they always do all artists in the best new artist get to do a performance now. And the fact that they do all of those performances kind of back to back in a row and you get to see all these bands, like, do it. I think that's my favorite part of the Grammys. And it was really good this year because, they had some I was hoping the Marias won because I really fucking like them, but they did not win. Olivia Dean won that category, which I also really like her. She's a great British kind of R&B kind of pop, kind of area, but great production. She's an amazing piano player. She crushing it on that shit. Um, but the Marias, dude, like, their performance, like, the way that they had, like, the blue lights and, like, the smoke machines and, like, it made it feel like it was underwater, but their performance, like, made me feel like I was inside of one of their records, and I was like, "This is amazing that you can, like, feel like you're inside of the cover of their record while you're watching them perform on the Grammys." I just thought it was, like, a really good performance and, like, really artistic, and, like, I really they leaned into, like, what their album is that was up, so I really appreciated that.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Um, there were a few other artists that people were surprised about. I forget the name of the chick, but she looks like just like a regular chick. And I thought it was and the lyrics weren't like anything metaphorical, but I wish I'd remembered her name. You just reminded me of it now. But people were upset that she won over Sabrina Carpenter, I think. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I'm curious what you're talking about now. Who
Yeah.
beat Okay, let me look. Who beat Sabrina Carpenter at the Grammys?
Is it Lola Young?
So she lost in all 6 categories she was in. So she lost best pop album to Lady Gaga. She lost best album of the year to Bad Bunny. And she lost song of the year to Billie Eilish. So I'm not really sure who.
Lola
Are
Young
you
is who I'm
talking
talking
about how
about.
she lost to Lola Young?
Yeah. Yep.
Which is funny because they have the same producer.
Interesting.
Jack Antonoff is the man behind all of the pop girlies. Jack Antonoff hasn't produced everything for Lola Young, but her song One Thing was definitely produced by Jack Antonoff, and it kind of has some of the same production techniques that a lot of the Sabrina Carpenter songs have.
Does he
So
get
you're
a
getting
copy
these
of
like,
the award? Do you think he has just a million Grammys at his house?
yeah, probably. If they don't get an actual Grammy for the producer stuff, like I'm sure they have a plaque for all of that at least hanging up in his
Did the
studio.
Churcos have
So
all the stuff for the Juno Awards for like Celine Dion's?
yes,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think they
yeah. They
did.
had they didn't have the awards in there. Those are probably
But
at
they had the
Kevin's house.
plaques
But like
though.
they had all the plaques, dude. Yeah, like all those plaques were lined up. He had Shania Twain plaques, and he had a Britney Spears plaque in there. And you're like, this is a metal house, but like, yeah, like sure.
So
But
yeah,
like it
that
makes you feel like it makes you feel like yeah they've worked on a lot of good a lot of things and these people have won a lot of awards. I like working in studios like that. So
that's cool.
yeah,
Jack
if
Antonoff,
I had
man.
awards, if I had awards, they'd be up in here.
Imagine being
Maybe one
nominated
day.
like for every nominee for an award being someone that you produced.
Yeah, dude, you're just like, oh, I've produced 3 songs in this fucking in this female pop genre award category right now, like crazy.
Why do you think Sabrina Carpenter went over 6? Was her album not selling well, or was it because she talked back to the White House? I mean, you
I'm
feel that the
not
Grammys
sure.
are liberal.
I'm not. Yeah, you would assume so, but and like all there's 15,000 people. Basically, the Grammys are made up of the the Grammy board is like 15,000 people who vote on these songs. So you know, um, I really couldn't tell you why they picked what they picked over Sabrina Carpenter. Now, I don't really listen to Lady Gaga or Bad Bunny, but I understand, like, as somebody who really likes the new Billie Eilish album, I understand why Wildflower beat out Manchild, but like, yeah, I don't, yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say on it because I just don't know.
Billie Eilish became the first 3-time winner of Song of the Year in Grammy history, and she's young.
Yeah, dude, that girl cleans up at the Grammys, bro. She takes something home every year.
Well, I guess we should give the brother credit too, because it says here Billie Eilish and Phineas.
Phineas does all of her production and produces all of her albums. So he plays like all the instruments and stuff for her.
Imagine working with Nate as closely as they do and like creating music. But like Nate was your sister. It's kind of weird, isn't it? And then your sister singing about like I don't know, it's just really weird. I can never see myself working with anything creative with my sister unless it was like something comedic.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, dude. I feel like me and my brother, like, I feel like me and my brother could like co-star in a movie, but I don't know if I could produce his album. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But maybe I could. I don't know. I feel like I'd be extremely critical of him. Yeah. I just feel like that's a fight waiting to happen.
Dude, exactly. It's a fight waiting to happen.
But like people make like, dude, but like I see him getting a lot of shit because people say that his fiance looks just like Billie Eilish, and they're like, "Bro's obsessed with his sister." Like,
Wait a
so
minute.
yeah.
Is there a real last name Eilish, or is that just like a
Yes.
stage name?
No, it's Eilish.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's Phineas O'Connell. No, Eilish is her middle name. It's Billie Eilish O'Connell.
Holy shit. No way. Bro.
She like a
Let
Billie
me
Eilish clone?
Wait, I have to see if this is fucking Billie Eilish or not. No, she doesn't really look like Billie Eilish.
Okay.
It was a picture of Billie Eilish. I was next to him. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't think they look that alike either, but like dude, like
It's
people
just the
on the
big
internet like give
eyes.
him a lot of shit.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
pull this up for people to see. Man, it scared me at first. The brunette, big eyes. These two pictures side by side I'm about to show you. I could see like the resemblance, but um I wonder how much the mom looks like Billie Eilish. So there might be some. Here's a picture of them. I guess he doesn't date her anymore. This is like 2020, 2021.
Okay. He's dating somebody else now. So maybe I thought it was the same chick that he's like engaged to now, but maybe it's a different chick. I don't really know. I All I really know about them is like I don't really care for a lot of her music, but man, there's some good songs on the new record, and there's a couple good songs off the last record, and like her brother's a good producer, man. Like I think I'm more of a producer music guy than an artist person. I tend to all of the pop and anything that I listen to that is not rock, it's because I'm chasing a producer typically. Like I just typically know the producers behind it. Like
Well,
the
he's
only
engaged to
Beyonce
her
song
now.
the only Beyonce song I really like was produced by fucking Diplo, you know? And like there's artists that I listen to just cuz Dr. Dre produced it that I probably normally wouldn't listen to. So, I think I just kind of chase producers and what they're doing.
Yeah, I wonder how many
I like
people
music
are kind of
production,
like
can I
that.
say? I don't know,
Um,
man, but I think it's because I'm a producer and like I have always cared about making music and like that's really like what I'm into. So
she looks like Billie Eilish here. I'm stuck on this ever since you said that.
she kind of does, dude. She's got
The smile.
she's yeah, dude. It's the lips, bro. She's pretty though.
No, she is. It's like, but when I see people that look like my sister, they could be objectively pretty, but I'm just like, ugh, gross.
Yeah, you're like
You know?
I can't even imagine like you're like I can't even imagine doing anything with this girl because you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh no,
And I
no, I
tell them
can't.
usually, like I'll be like,
Like, sorry,
if I
girl,
had talked to them or something, like, oh, you remind me of my sister, which
yeah.
might sound insulting, but I mean that as a compliment. It's just
Well, if any girl's ever insulted by that, you just tell them that there's a movie where Mike Myers broke up with a chick in the '90s because she smelled like Campbell's soup. So,
well, you know me, you know how shallow I am.
if you ever broken up with a chick for smelling like soup before?
Um, Not soup. We'll have a podcast, I think, with Rob soon, where I'll tell you guys the stupid reasons I broke up with chicks and my theories on why certain chicks have broken up with me. Usually it's legitimate. Usually I'm just a complete asshole. But yeah, we'll get into that next podcast with Rob,
Next episode.
Dr. Dre.
Yep, absolutely. But I think that's all we've got for this week, guys. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It really helps the podcast. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.